County. You see his picture right here. Today, a court commissioner raising the bail for Elijah VUE's mother and her boyfriend, now charged in the little boy's death. VUE vanished in February, sparking a statewide Amber Alert. A hunter found his remains last month. His mother and boyfriend made their first court appearance since those new charges came down. 12 News' Nick Buar joining us live in Manitowoc. And Nick, the court commissioner seemed to have a difficult time with the details in this complaint.
Right, during the hearing here, she did seem affected by those details when discussing the impact of Elijah's death, and his mother and her boyfriend still claim they don't know what happened to him. The report that a 3-year-old had wandered off on a February morning drew scores of volunteers to search for him. Even as night fell, there were troubling signs about missing Elijah VUE, such as a small shoe outside by a dumpster.
This was abuse that occurred over a long period of time, several months.
The police investigation revealed Elijah's mom, Katrina Buar, left him at her boyfriend's apartment for days at a time to be disciplined. Elijah's remains were found 7 months later. Prosecutors now charging Jesse Vang with abusing the boy until he died and Buar with chronic neglect, leading to his death. Both making their first court appearances Friday on the new charges that detail, quote, multiple types of maltreatment, including forced position holding, exposure to cold water showers, sleep deprivation, isolation, and terrorizing.
They are the most serious charges, which involve the death, and not only the death of another human being, of a young child. He's facing life imprisonment, which gives him an incentive to flee.
According to the criminal complaint, investigators can't say exactly how Elijah died, but photos on Buar's phone show he had bruises, and the body showed a healing skull fracture. Detectives also found video showing Vang leaving an empty suitcase at a charity the day before the boy was reported missing. Elijah's DNA was found inside that suitcase.
These charges are extremely serious, and recognition of the death of this young child does need to be given.
A criminal complaint that was very difficult to read, Nick. The pair, they were already in jail on child abuse charges, but now that they're linked to his death, those bails were raised significantly.
Right, Vang's bail here in court today raised to $500,000. Buar's bail at $400,000. They remain, as you mentioned, in custody here at the jail. If Vang is convicted, he faces a mandatory life sentence. Buar is looking at upwards of 60 years if she's convicted.
Nick Buar reporting live in Manitowoc. Authorities first issued an Amber Alert for Elijah on February 20th. Nearly a week later, prosecutors charged his mother and her boyfriend with neglect. Searchers spent weeks canvassing the Two Rivers area looking for any sign of that little boy. Last month, a hunter discovered human remains on a private property in Two Rivers. Authorities were able to positively identify them as Elijah. And just yesterday, prosecutors charged VUE's mother and her boyfriend in